Morning glory, evening grace, brother and sister. Everybody back along here with a Black Bear Temperance as we help people with smokeless tobacco addictions, and continuing here today, starting to wind down. Probably just going to have maybe a couple of sessions after this one right here, and so we're going to kind of pick up and continue the thought that we had last time. Talking about finding ways to handle stress and temptation for triggers and so forth. And first going to mention here, kind of reiterate, remind yourself of the benefits of quitting. You're going to have a lot of benefits of quitting. Maybe a couple things that you never really thought about. Maybe you were just quitting for one particular reason, like some people just want to quit for health purposes. Some people more so like for their family, for social reasons, but they're all of those benefits that we have of quitting, like certainly better health. You're going to have better health. You're going to have a better heart, and so forth. Better gums, better teeth. Of course, you're going to save money. You know, tobacco is now a really expensive habit. There are going to be a lot of financial savings for that. Just think of all the things that you can do with that extra cash that you're going to have. Then also you're going to be better socially. You know, going to be better for your family and around other people. Certainly going to be a better social person. You know, going to have a much better impact on the environment. You know, like especially what people have proven now, like how tobacco crops are very bad for the environment. And then I'm going to move into another little thing here that we kind of mentioned, but going to reiterate this as well. Identify the triggers that you have. Identify those triggers that cause you to want to use tobacco. You know, and those are usually related, linked to stressful situations. You know, and that might include some things that you really cannot help, kind of like we said last time. I believe it was the last session. You know, like some people, they kind of have a regular route, you know, like where they go like to work and then home from work, something of that nature, and, you know, they stop at a store, you know, that has tobacco, you know, maybe go, you know, try a different route, you know, do some things different, you know, in your day-to-day routine. And then, like, I know some things, though, that we cannot help, like a lot of these stressful situations, that can be linked to work. You know, that can be linked to work. Or like having kids. You know, kids are, you know, just kids and can be rowdy and so forth. Or chores, you know, that you have to do. You know, like we have chores like around the home and everything that we have to do. And a lot of these things can really trigger, you know, that craving for nicotine. Or like some of that can just be like getting up in the morning. You know, that's a time when a lot of people want, you know, nicotine. It's like when they get up in the morning or after they eat a meal. And, you know, at these times, you know, often, you know, just get people wanting that nicotine. But anticipate, you know, these things that you have to do. Anticipate these things. You know, anticipate these things. And monitor, you know, monitor these times, anticipate these times that are going to come, you know, and have a plan, you know, to resist that temptation. You know, that could be, you know, meditating, you know, memorizing Bible scripture, you know, quoting a Bible verse, you know, that's going to help you, you know, reminding yourself of the rewards. Reminding yourself, like, of the rewards that you're going to get, you know, by quitting. And then a couple of other things that can sometimes that can trigger, you know, that tobacco crave can, you know, be some social atmosphere, just like shooting the breeze, you know, with coworkers at lunchtime, or playing golf, or just, you know, conversating with friends and so forth. You know, anticipate those times and have a plan, you know, to resist that temptation. You know, kind of speaking of that, extremely important to develop a coping strategy for just withdrawals. You know, there are times there where that's going to be triggered, and, you know, whenever you quit, you know, there's going to be that withdrawal there. You know, that withdrawal, you know, your body's getting used to and adjusting to no longer having tobacco. no longer having nicotine, like in that system. And withdrawals are certainly the most challenging thing about quitting tobacco. And, develop a strategy, to resist tobacco, whenever those withdrawals, do come. Like we said, meditate, have a Bible verse there, pray. Lean on your support system, call a friend, call a spouse, a minister, contact somebody that can give you some words of encouragement, think about the benefits, of quitting. Say, I am stronger than tobacco. I'm not going to allow myself to get caught into this anymore. And then use, all that mental and spiritual power, that you have. And also consider, getting something to replace tobacco. And of course, there are, like the, like nicotine replacement, the nicotine replacement strategy that you started and you decreased to where you don't need it anymore. And we're going to talk about that next time. And that can certainly be something that can help. But maybe just try something such as chewing gum. Like chewing gum, mints. Like a hard candy, like I said, with a lot of people, they just get used to, like, having something in their mouth, or so forth, like when they get up in the morning, or, like after they eat a meal, or whenever they're in some type of social atmosphere, whenever those withdrawals come, whenever you get that craving for tobacco, have some mint, some hard candy, a piece of chewing gum, or like something to drink, like coffee or tea. Try something of that nature as well to replace the time where you would usually be using tobacco and relying on that. And so that's what we have here today for this section. As I said, we'll continue this thought in our next session. We'll kind of get into some nicotine replacement as well as a couple of other things to conclude our Black Bear Temperance of helping people with smokeless tobacco addiction. Thank you so much for being with us here today. And as always, we're here to help in any way that we can. Don't hesitate to contact us as well. And until then, until that break in the shadows flee away, I'm Dr. Cooper and I love you and I appreciate you.